Wednesday Warriors, and it's me, Arielle. Let's talk about writing. Writing is one of those things some people love and some people hate, but writing can be as wonderful a tool as drawing. And if you saw my video from last week where I talked about drawing your emotions, then you know what I mean, because writing can really help you to tap into a place inside of yourself that maybe you didn't feel you were able to tap into in any other way. Now, just like with drawing, writing isn't for everyone, but some people find it not only very therapeutic, but very healing and very transformational. And what happens when people write and continue to use writing as a tool, it becomes something that they fall back on, that they always have, and that they remember they always have. So when things are really wonderful, they look to writing to express themselves. When things are feeling really bad, they look to writing to help comfort themselves. And it's great to have a tool like that that is a healthy coping mechanism instead of a poor behavior, something that is very destructive. There are a lot of books out there that can inspire you to start a journal or start some kind of a therapeutic writing process. And like with everything, certain people will find certain books more beneficial than others. One of the things that you can try doing if you feel like there's an inner writer in there, you can start a blog. And it can be a private blog. It doesn't have to be out there for everyone to read. You can write for yourself, but you, in a sense, have a place to go. You have somewhere where you're logging on continuously, and you have that space just for your thoughts or just for your feelings and emotions. And when you get into a groove of always having that spot to go to, it can really help to compartmentalize some things and really give you some clarity that maybe you were lacking before. With blogging, it's great because there's always that option to go public or to share with certain people. So if you do start off blogging privately, you always have that choice, and you can open your blog up to other people to read at any given time. If you're writing about very personal things, or if you're writing about actual mental health issues and not just other aspects of your life, then something that you can try is writing anonymously. You can start a blog, you can write your thoughts, you can get things out, you can have a very powerful voice and not attach your name to it. There is no rule that says if you start a blog, you have to have your full name attached to it. So you can write as a pseudonym. You can write as, one of those quirky little internet words, like people have Twitter handles and they used to have usernames with I am. And, you can use that. You can use that when you blog. You can be whoever you want to be. And as long as you're getting your voice out there and you're feeling heard and you're feeling like it's useful to you, it doesn't matter if you're bearing all of your secrets to the world at large and they know who you are. If blogging isn't for you, if you don't like to type or sit in front of a computer, if it doesn't feel authentic, or if you don't like how public it feels, even if you're not making it public, then maybe you just need to grab a notebook. Maybe you need to buy a journal. Something that feels inspiring for you, something that feels safe, where you can pick up a pen or a pencil and you can just write and you can just let go. And you really can't discount the benefits of a stream of consciousness sort of writing, where you don't have any one topic, or you're not just sitting there and saying, I'm going to write about my day now. I'm going to write about how I feel about whatever happened today. You don't go in with any set agenda. You just sit there and you write. And maybe what comes out is going to sound like a bunch of imagery or a poem or just a basic paragraph where you're writing about how much you love something or how much you dislike something. But if you just let it come and you don't give it too much thought in there, you don't get wrapped up in your own head, then sometimes as you get into that groove, that stream of consciousness kind of writing can really hold the key and really hold the answers to a lot of things for you. When you're not looking for answers, when you're not asking the writing to try to tell you something, sometimes it tells you even more. Finding time to write is important if you want to embark on a journey of writing. If you want to be a writer, or you consider yourself a writer, or you think that writing would help you or does help you, you need to set aside time to do it. It's like with anything. I don't want to say practice makes perfect, but if something works for you, but you don't take time to do it, like meditating, for example, you know it's very beneficial and you really like the way it makes you feel, but you just can't get yourself to grab 20 minutes or 30 minutes every day to sit down and actually do it, you start to lose those benefits. And it's the same thing with writing. If you don't actually set aside time to make it a priority, make it important, then you'll lose the goodness that it's giving to you. Writing is great because it can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have judgment, and there is no built-in agenda unless you give it an agenda. No one's telling you what to do. No one's making you write certain things. You don't have to censor yourself unless you'd like to. And it can be very freeing. And sometimes just writing something down on a piece of paper, really getting things out, whether you're crying, you're laughing, you're screaming inside, whatever the emotion attached is, once you do that, then you can just rip up the piece of paper. It doesn't have to stay. What you write doesn't have to stick around. You can tear it up. You can burn it. You can throw it away. You can get things out of you and put them on paper and then get rid of them altogether. There is no rule that says you have to keep that piece of notebook paper. You have to write all your feelings and thoughts in a journal that you keep somewhere, that you have to put them on a blog or write them down in a Word document and save them on your computer. You can do whatever you want. You're the boss. You're in charge of your own writing. And I think that's really the main point to remember in all of this. You're the boss. You are the boss of your own writing, of your own gift, of your own creativity, of your own choices and emotions and how you want to display them. So if you want to write, go for it. If you don't want to write, don't. And whatever you want to explore in your writing, just go for it and do it. And understand that when you're exploring something on a piece of paper, it's just you. And nobody else is there judging what you're writing. Next week, I'll be talking about imagery. I talked about drawing last week, writing this week, and next week I'll be talking about imagery. And I think that these maybe more abstract concepts or more creative therapeutic interventions are really worth thinking about because we forget them or we pass them off as not as important as other forms of therapy or treatment or whatever you want to call it. But things like writing are not only therapeutic, but they work. They really work. And they make us feel good too. I hope you all have a great week out there. I will see you next time.